think it's safe to say that Melanie Martinez's new Portals perfume, hasn't really been that well received by the fandom so far. So on the 2nd of November, Melanie announced the release date of her new perfume. And people in the comments of this post were not happy in the slightest. I paid $40 for the Crybaby perfume in 2016. This is $275 for 2 ounces in total? I love you, Melanie, but these prices are actually insane. Almost $300 for 4 perfumes with 2 ounces worth of product is sneaky and taking advantage. You saw the demand for the affordable Crybaby perfume, and now you're charging up an insane amount. So apparently Melanie is thinking of releasing these single perfumes by themselves to make it a little bit more affordable, but that's just a rumor for now. So if you wanted to own the Portals perfumes, you do have to pay up to $300. And for me, it would be upwards of near $600, which is the main reason I didn't buy the Portals perfumes, because I was actually interested in it because I missed out on Crybaby. But then I saw a fellow Crybaby who posted their order of the Portals perfumes, and I didn't want to buy it anymore. I'm sorry, I didn't. And now that the collection has rolled out and people have started receiving their shipments, we now have reviews of what it's like. So in our first video, somebody uploads a quality check of the packaging that the perfumes actually come in. And people were saying, Melanie fans defending the price is baffling. It looks so cheap. Oh my god, it literally looks like one of those kids' toys when you make potions in a cauldron.
So this is Melanie Martinez's $300 perfume set. Mind you, in this entire thing, there's only 4 15-milliliter perfumes. And the whole gag is like, oh, it's this nice statue in the center. Baby, that is not a nice statue. That looks like one of those toys you get in the clearance section of Walmart where it's like, you put the water in, you put the powder in, and start smoking up because it's from a cauldron, and then flip out comes a goddamn cheap-ass stuffed animal. That's what it looks like. And that's not even getting into the actual perfume bottles, which not only look like anal fissure pokers, but also look like they are made out of cheap plastic coming from an LOL Poopsie surprise box. And I've seen so many comments under videos like this saying like, oh, Melanie really missed the mark with this one. Like, it's so odd for her. Usually she's really good with this stuff. Are we forgetting earlier this year when she had her meet and greet at her concerts and then decided, you know what? Fuck y'all. Yeah, fuck y'all. I'm not gonna show up. I'm gonna green screen myself in. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you eat that shit up because you only get 1 picture as well. I know you paid a lot, but 1 picture's all you're getting.
I love Melanie so much, but this looks so cheap. I mean, even the seams are showing. And this commenter is correct. Because later in the video, when the reviewer is showing the back of Melanie's head on this, you can see the seams, and it's not very nice to look at. And before we move on to the actual fragrances themselves, I'm going to continue talking about the statue because there are some issues with it. So somebody on TikTok received their order and they were a little bit disappointed because the printing of the pupils on the statue was messed up. And that is not the first person who was complained about the pupils being messed up. Because there's also a person on Instagram who uploaded their statue, and it is unbelievably difficult to ignore the fact that the right eye is literally wonky as fuck. It genuinely does look like the statue has gained sentience and is looking in 2 different directions. And then there was somebody on the Melanie Martinez subreddit who made a post about the number of eyelashes on the statue. Sorry if someone has already talked about this, I just haven't seen it. I've noticed that in every picture, I've seen the bottom eyes have an uneven number of eyelashes. All of her eyes have 9 eyelashes except for the bottom left one, which is why they look a little wonky. And this is what Melanie fans in the responses had to say about this. God, the quality control is arse. It looks hideous. I am so glad I didn't waste my money on that shit. I'm so glad I got a refund and didn't get it. Oh my god. And then there were people who were just disappointed in the statue itself. Because people were hoping and expecting for something a little bit prettier and not something so bulky. In short, they wanted something magical. They didn't want a juice bottle that looks like it has a cartoon character's head attached to the top of it.
I'm literally crying over my nail
we've talked about the statue itself, I'm going to talk about the little fragrances inside and the price of them. Melanie, I love you, but charging almost $300 for 60 mils of perfume is literally crazy. I get the 1 foot sculpture, but 15 mils of perfume in each bottle? Are you kidding me? If she doesn't release them separately, there's no way I'm paying that much for 3 sprays of each bottle. And I agree with that person. I believe the price is justified for the statue because it looks like a collector's item. But a lot of Melanie's fans do not have that kind of money. And so they just want the perfumes themselves. But you can't buy the perfume if you don't buy the big bulky head that comes along with it. Because paying that much for 4 perfumes isn't worth it when it's the size of a hand. You are not going to get much use out of these sprays at all. And then there was a Melanie fan who was actually very happy with their order, but they were a little disappointed with the fact that they had paid so much money just for the perfumes to be made out of plastic. And that if fans are going to pay upwards of $300, $400, $500 for this, they could have at least used metal for the containers with the perfume inside.
The perfume is only in the colored part of these bottles, which obviously this was very expensive, this perfume collection. The colored part is glass, but the rest is plastic. And I feel like this could have been metal for how expensive it was, but I digress.
And then there was a TikTok that went viral with over 600,000 likes of somebody saying that they were really excited for the perfume because they missed out on the Crybaby perfume and they can get the Portals perfume this time. But then they saw the price and that dream disappeared immediately. Because again, I'd like to remind everyone, if we go back to 2016, the Crybaby perfume was literally $50. And you got more perfume in this bottle than the 4 perfumes combined in the Portals collection. But not just that, because people are also bewildered at the fact that they've paid less for concert tickets to see Melanie than the Portals perfume collection. And I was even shocked to see the comparison, because when Melanie came to Australia in 2016, tickets were only $70. And it wasn't even just the Crybaby tour that had cheap general admission tickets, because if you wanted to see Melanie on the Portals tour in general admission, you only have to pay $90. So that's still cheaper than buying the Portals perfume collection. And that's what people have an issue with. Of course, if you own the Portals perfume collection and you don't have any issues with it, that is perfectly okay. But it's also perfectly okay for people to be disappointed or angry with this release. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Mwah! I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!